Hello, everyone, and welcome to this 19th episode of Riichi Out to Mahjong Friends with Masa and Nima. Tonight we have two guests. They're both from Colorado, right? And
Yes.
our guests are Dan and Kochi. And we're going to ask them the same three questions as usual, which are what Mahjong organization they're a part of, how they got into Mahjong, and what their Mahjong related goals are. So who wants to go first?
I can go first.
All right, take it away.
I'm not a part of any club really or association, and I'm pretty much only play online, but sometimes I go to some live events. But I started playing Mahjong about 5 years ago, and before I started playing, like most people probably, I watched Saki, and then I thought that game looks really cool and really interesting. I want to learn about it, but I actually never did. And then later, I watched Akagi, and I thought, wow, the game still looks pretty cool, and I still want to learn about it, but I still never actually learned about it. And then it was like a while later that my friends told me about the game design Flash Mahjong game online, and they showed it to me, and then I was like, oh, now I can finally learn about that game. And it was like a really nice place where I could just practice by myself against computers. So I did that for a while, and then I got pretty good, or I felt like I was pretty good, and then I was like bragging to my friends and taking pictures of all the big hands I won and stuff. And then they said, if you want to play against real people, you can play on Tenho. So then I was thinking, all right, I want to see how I can do against real people. And I did pretty good at first, but like I definitely had a lot to learn. So I played a bunch on Tenho, and then I got up to 3 Dan in Tenho, and then I kind of got stuck, and I went back and forth for a while, but then I kept playing, and then I finally got to 4 Dan, and I was really happy, and I was like, all right, that might be, like I might be satisfied with my Mahjong career, and that might be it. But there's actually like the next room up, and I was pretty close to qualifying for it. It's the Tokujo room, and I was like kind of close to it, so I thought maybe I'll play a little bit more so I can try to get into that next room up and see what it's like. So actually it was pretty hard to get there, so I played a lot more, and then I finally got there. And then when I got there, I was just playing in the room, and I started winning, and then I got to 5 Dan, and I got to 6 Dan really quickly, and then I was like, wow, I feel like I'm actually pretty good at this now. And then so then I got more motivated to keep playing, and I played even more, and eventually I got up to 7 Dan, and I got to the Hoa room, and I felt like I was really good. And then all of that was really just on my own, because I didn't really discuss strategies with anyone or read any books. I just kind of played on my own. But then at that point, like, I had made some strategy videos myself, and some people noticed them, and they told me about like a Discord I could join. So then I joined that Discord, and I started getting involved more with some online communities. And then also I did play offline. So one of my first experiences was at LAPOM in a big tournament, and that it was really hard for me because it was like one of the first times I played offline, and it was actually a coincidence that I ended up playing, because I wasn't planning on it, but there was a work thing that happened nearby, and then the flight back got canceled, and I also realized that there was also a Mahjong tournament going on, so I thought, well, since the flight got canceled and I'm right here, maybe I can go to the Mahjong tournament. So it worked out so I could go to it. But since it was like a last moment decision, I didn't really get a chance to practice playing with real tiles. So I was like looking up how you build walls and where you break the wall, and how you roll dice and count and flip Dora. I was trying to look all of that up in my hotel room the night before because it was all like really new to me. Because when you play online, it just does it automatically, and then so I don't feel like that was a little bit of work to get used to, but I think I didn't end up doing as well as I had hoped in the tournament, but part of it might have been that, part of it might have been bad luck, and I might have been out of practice too. But and then I also they have an arcade called Boss Stage here or near Denver, and I go there sometimes when they have tournaments, and I play in them. And for my goals, I'd say I really want to try to get 8 Dan on Tenho, but it's going to depend on other things because I'm trying to do a whole bunch of things right now. So I'm like really busy, and I don't know if I can put enough time into it. But if I put a lot of time into Mahjong, I really want to try to get 8 Dan, and then if I ever get it, then I suppose my next goal will be 9 Dan, and then 10 Dan, and so on.
That's cool. I remember like 2 years ago that was our first tournament host at the LAPOM, and then I remember it was in February, right?
Yeah.
And then the weather was pretty bad. It was hard raining, like strong wind, and
Yeah.
we were kind of worried about like all the participants, or wondering if they can come to the LAPOM dojo. Because some of them are coming from Mexico. Yeah, he had a business trip to Mexico, and then the same day he needs to fly back. So we're so worried. And everyone from San Francisco was driving down during those hard rains. So yeah, that was a big surprise. Like we got the text message, the message from Twitter from somebody we don't know, and they were like, "Who is that? Is he really coming?" That was a DDR Dan.
But I had a great time there, and I'd want to go again sometime.
Yes, please. Do you visit LA often?
No, not really.
But I know you visit Las Vegas very often.
Kind of like once a year. I usually go to Evo.
Yeah, so he's also very, very good at those the fighting games, right? So what do you play?
I play a fighting game called Arcana Heart, and then a couple other ones, but Arcana Heart is the fighting game I'm the best at. And then they also have Puyo Puyo Tetris sometimes, so I compete in that too.
So how did you do this year?
This year I got second in both Puyo Puyo Tetris and Arcana Heart.
Whoa!
So.
Wow. Isn't that great? Like second place?
Yeah. In Arcana Heart, I was hoping to win, so I'm a little bit disappointed.
Oh.
But in Puyo Puyo Tetris, I wasn't expecting to win, so I'm pretty happy with second.
Yeah, I play Puyo Puyo like when I was young, and I thought I could still beat some players, but the Charlie from Seattle beat me pretty good. we played Puyo Puyo after the tournament, this team tournament. That was fun. Wow, Dan, you are sugoi.
Thanks.
Okay, so let's go to Koch-kun.
Okay, so I started playing Mahjong because like after I graduated from my middle school, which was in Japan, my friends were like, let's play Mahjong like before we go into high school, because we were going to like different high school. And then like my friend just like brought the Mahjong table, not like table, but like Mahjong taku to my house, and then Mahjong pai to my house, and like started teaching me. So that's how I started like playing Mahjong. And then from that, like when I got into high school, we were like separate high school, but I was still staying in the same house. So we just like gather on the weekends and then like play Mahjong all night for like all weekend, like Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, wow.
So that's like how I started Mahjong. And then that time it was like super casual. Like there was no defense, no like there was like no strategy or anything.
Mhm.
But like my friends were like gathering more people around, like from high school, from like somewhere that they meet in like
Mhm.
random place, and then I started gathering people from my high school as well. So the group became like pretty big.
Wow.
Because of that, we started to keep track of the points
Mhm.
like every year. So we became more and more serious about it. But
Oh.
in my second year in my high school, I like applied to this like international school in Costa Rica. So like I stopped playing Mahjong from like middle of the high school, and then I haven't been playing for 2 years. I tried to teach in Costa Rica, but it was like never as the same as back in Japan. And like I you couldn't teach at the level where it could be like competitive game.
Oh.
That was my high school, and then when I got into college, I was like I gave up on like teaching Mahjong to people because it was super difficult, and then it's like a lot of effort. And in my sophomore year in college, Com, who is like the other person who's running Mahjong club here with me, he's from Seattle, and like I just met him like randomly, and then he was playing Mahjong with some other people, and then like, wow, you're playing Mahjong, then let's just play Mahjong. And then we like started playing Mahjong together. But like other people that he was playing with was like he was teaching to them as well. So we clearly needed more people to play Mahjong with. So now like we like unofficially made a club called Mahjong at CC. But this is like once a week on the weekend, we just like gather for the one who wants to learn Mahjong, and then I teach Mahjong to them. But this doesn't like once a week is not enough to like teach Mahjong. And like once people get to the level where they can play, they don't want to like they just want to play, not get like knowing the strategy or anything. And it's like not competitive at all for now. So right now one of my goal is in my college there's a like some time after winter break, but before the school starts, there's like some time for like short class. And I'm planning to offer a class of Mahjong to the people who's interested, so that I could actually teach like from 0 to like whatever I know, like the limit of I know, so that we'll have like bunch of people who could play Mahjong decently. And Dan, if you're like interested, you can join, like teach to the kids like in this college if you have like any strategy and stuff.
Yeah, it sounds interesting to me. So
that's a good challenge. So Dan was also making the video on the YouTube to make the account and the basic strategy. So not only he's like 7 down on Tenko, I could say Dan is pretty good as a teacher too.
Yeah.
So I think he could be the big help.
And I heard you're living in Coral Springs as well, so it would be nice if you could just come to here once in a while.
Yeah, I think I could do that probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the goals that I have for Mahjong is the population increase in the US, so that I have someone to play with. And make the club official for this school and get funded from the school so that we can like go to competition and all those stuff.
Nice.
And right now, like we don't have a team yet, but hopefully we'll have it within 1 year.
Good. So let's ask. Sounds like Kochi-kun's very young.
Yes.
I'm too old. I didn't know any about the sakis and stuff. When you were playing at like high school, the saki was popular?
Okay, so I wasn't watching anime at all. when I was in middle school, but I started playing Mahjong. Then my friends were like just playing sake on the TV in the living room. So like I was like, what is this anime? Like, what are these people doing? Like, this is impossible. And like, I like kind of got into anime because of Mahjong.
Oh.
So it's like opposite from most of the people in the US who like got into Mahjong because of sake. I got into anime because of Mahjong.
So that's kind of interesting. The DDR Dan started because of the sake.
Yeah.
So sake is kind of big.
Yes, it was like popular to like people who know anime.
I see. So who's your favorite character?
I don't have like a favorite character, like particular favorite character.
Mhm.
But I like the way Bucho plays.
Oh yes, Bujo is my favorite too.
Yeah.
She slammed the tile pretty good. She tossed it and then grab it and then the slamming tile.
Yeah, and like she's not like she doesn't have that crazy superpower that like makes it more nice.
What about Dan? Who's your favorite?
I'd have to go with Kuromo.
Kuromo's kind of scary. She's the one that always went out with the Haite Raoyue, right?
Yeah.
I watched it because of the margin. I haven't watched the live action too. What about Nima? Do you have any favorite character?
I guess I would have to pick Hisa.
Hisa.
Yeah.
Takehisa.
Bucho.
Yeah.
Oh, so three Bucho. So Bucho is very popular. Okay, Nima-kun, do you have any question for them?
I not anything specific after the introduction, but I did want to say, Dan, you said you got to 7th Dan on Tenho just like all by yourself without reading like any articles or anything or discussing strategy. Is that right?
Yeah. Occasionally I would look up things online, so I found like the one Mahjong blog, and then I did find a couple videos that were on YouTube that were Japanese videos about Mahjong strategy, so I looked at those. So I had a little bit of help from things like that, but most of it was I kind of just played and tried to figure out stuff on my own.
That's really impressive.
Very much.
Yeah, how much Japanese do you know?
It's gotten better now, so I can read pretty well, and I know a lot of kanji, but I can't speak very well, and my listening isn't that good. So, like, most of my practice is just chatting with people through text, so I can, like, type and read it, but that's about it.
Yeah, he's also helping our new website to translation work, and he's done one of the difficult article, and he did really good, and then that was pretty quick too. And then so I think Nima and Dan is about same. He's that good.
Oh, okay. Although I don't really consider myself that good, so.
Oh, come on. Come on.
No, you think I'm way better than I think I am.
How can you do those like YouTube editing, like I mean the translation work?
I don't know.
You're good enough already.
Enough, I
Be
guess.
confident. So what about Jima-kun? So he went through a lot of teaching at the Costa Rica and the Colorado Springs now. So we face, because when we playing just for as a player, you just want to play it, right? But teaching is a different field, and it is very difficult.
Yes, it is very difficult, and I figured that out.
Yeah. So Nima-kun, can you ask him like because we are making some kind of like mini steps to break it down, how to teach. Let's get the advice from Coach-kun.
Oh yeah. So when you've been trying to teach mahjong from like either beginners just learning how to play or teaching people who know how to play, like trying to teach them strategy, what kind of methods do you try out?
I never get to like teach strategies, but like the basic skills, I would say. So first of all, we start out with the like the only number tiles like bamboo and the pin, swords and pins, so that they know how to count those. And then we start with like 4 tiles, like having 4 tiles in your hand, and then get the fifth one from like a not like a mountain, it's more like a shuffled like tiles,
Yes.
and then like try to make it to a hand like 3 mentsu and boitsu,
Right.
and like we increase that from like 4 to 7, and then 7 to 10, 10 to 13, so that it goes like it's like step by step, like knowing how to deal with numbers. And then after the 13th tile we add characters, and then tell them that characters are like you have to use it 3 of a kind, so it's difficult to use, which makes it like less weighted in a sense. And then after that we try to like play the real game but with open-handed, so that like the people who I teach knows what I'm doing, and then I tell them why am I doing like those moves. And that's like pretty much how we teach basic.
Okay, yeah, that sounds very similar to the ways that we've heard from other people, and also to the way that we try and teach at LAPOM. The starting from 4 tiles with just 1 suit, and then just moving up to 7, 10, and adding more suits. That's very common. It's called the Tibet method, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
So, we're still working on experimenting on how to teach mahjong effectively at LAPOM. It's like you said, it's very difficult to teach. It's very time intensive, takes a lot of effort. So that's still something we're trying to get down. And something that we've tried recently is once we get to the 7 tiles, we use like 7 tiles, and then we use 1 suit and a couple of jihai honor tiles, and we introduce a few yaku that the players have to make, because it's kind of a big step to go from you can just finish this hand of 13 tiles with no consideration to how it's built, as long as it fulfills the 4 mentsu and 1 janto. Like it's kind of a big jump to go from there to okay, now let's play for real, and you need yaku now. So so we're gonna try and introduce yaku like slowly with these mini game type things.
So I have like, for the one after winter break before the school starts, I have like 9 days and like maybe 2 hours a day to teach mahjong. What would be like the good like plan to teach?
First, I think you on the first day you need to find out the new players the skill level, because like when we divide by the steps, in order to go for level 3, you need to cover level 1 and level 2.
Yes.
But if we mix it with the level 1 and level 2 into the level 3, everyone's gonna get confused. So I think everyone should start at the beginning at the same level. That should work very fine. But if there's like different level, then I think separating level and then giving them a new like different task and lesson might be better.
I think it would be mostly beginners if they're like
then
maybe not even knowing how to read manzu characters.
Man's character later. Yeah, we need to figure out like how to memorize the manzu for English speaker player.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 is okay. Like 4 through 9, that's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
How did you memorize DDR Dan?
So I was already learning kanji because I was studying Japanese before I was studying Mahjong, so I kind of already knew the numbers.
I see. So your advice is go take the simple Japanese class. That could help.
Yeah, good.
At the high school or at college?
I took one semester at college, and then the rest I just studied on my own.
Oh.
So I used stuff online.
Oh. So do you think is it very difficult or is it very possible for English player to memorize manzu, like Chinese character 1 through 9?
I think probably if you just play with it enough, you'll get used to it, even if you don't know Japanese. So I know one thing that they do at boss stage is they have cheat sheets where they just draw all the manzu characters and write the number next to them. So if you're new, you can look at the cheat sheet until you memorize it on your own.
I do that too.
Oh, by the way, DDR Dan, there's another Daniel at the Anime Boss. We have invited him as a guest a couple episodes before, and then we heard he's a really good teacher. Is it really true?
I actually don't know how he teaches other people, so I don't really know. But
I was really surprised the Denver's level, like how they play, pretty quick.
Yeah.
Their speed is like super fast, and then like I was so surprised. And then he's the one that I kept the teaching for a while, right?
Yeah.
So maybe since Denver and Colorado Springs, I know it's about like 2-hour driving, right?
It's about an hour.
Okay, why don't we get the Daniel to Colorado Springs doing the teaching too? Maybe he will. Let's ask him.
Okay.
Maybe he's a really good teacher. And also Koji-kun and you guys should visit the Anime Boss too.
Wait, is it the arcade place?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have a car, so I need to
It's okay.
find a transportation.
You can ask DDR Dan to share the ride.
Yeah, I might be able to take you.
Their people is super interesting. They're fun. So I think you could play the competition level too. And yeah, there's another guy. His name is James. He also speaks Japanese. So I think you guys could be a really, really good friends over there.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
The other Daniel usually invites me to tournaments at boss stage, and then that's why I end up going. So
But do you think is it possible to keep teaching and increasing Riichi players in the United States?
I guess if it's consistent, then it's possible to increase, but not like a dramatic increase.
I see.
Because first we need to let people know there's a game called Mahjong, so that they can get interested.
I see. So yeah, we're also trying to find a way to reach out to, really reach out to non-Riichi player. That's really difficult.
Yeah, I think that's difficult because non-Riichi player, they have their reason of playing that that kind of Mahjong. So I know like some Chinese kids in this school who plays like Suchan Mahjong, but doesn't like they don't get into Japanese like Riichi Mahjong because it's not like fast. You have to like defense. They don't want to defense. So
I see.
it's I don't know. Like for me, I tried to play Suchan Mahjong, but I didn't get into it because it doesn't have defense and like everybody just pawn one chi all the time. Like that's not what I want. So
So that's a
it's kind of
theory,
difficult.
strategy.
Yeah.
I see. But I think Chinese young Chinese players, because nowadays we're getting many at LAPOM. And then younger ones, I think because of the anime influence, they like to play Riichi. So keep eye on them.
Okay.
And then they're pretty good. they'll get it soon. So
Yeah, and I know Bryant, he grew up playing Taiwanese mahjong, and he was kind of the opposite. Like it wasn't interesting enough because there wasn't enough strategy, which is why he switched to Riichi. So I mean, that's probably less common, but there might be people out there who they want the extra depth. They want to have to defend. They don't want to just pawn and chi everything they see.
that's I think I think not only us, like everybody everybody try to get involved more friends into it. So all the rich community needs to work on.
Yes.
Yeah, it's double up. Like double up makes like right now I think it's about like 2,000 players in the US, maybe a little bit more. But if everybody start teaching one friend, then that makes 4,000, right? And next year it's gonna be how many? 8,000, 16,000, 32,000. So slowly, one by one. Okay, so let's go talk about next topic. DDR Dan.
Yep.
Congratulations to be representative for USA for Tenko. IORMC.
Yeah, thanks.
That's hard for me to pronounce.
Yeah.
So, is it like first time for you, or?
No, this is my third time qualifying. Yeah.
So you have experience.
Yeah.
Okay. So who's other members?
I know there's Korak and I don't know the other two people very well, but I think it's Tina and Yuki Tora.
Yeah, I know Yuki Tora and Tina, but I don't know the Korak. So are you familiar with Korak online? He's on the Discord, right?
Yeah, only from Discord stuff. But
I see. And then Korak, how many times he's representing US?
I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure he played last year. I don't know if he played before that as well.
So do you guys do chatting with the 4 players?
We haven't done any of that before.
I know it's kind of like individual game, but it's gonna be as a team, right? Team score is gonna matter, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I think you guys need to start doing those chatting meeting.
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea.
So why don't we do Tenko stuff? When is the main game will start?
It's in November.
So we still have a time for about 2 months.
Yeah.
Okay. So Nima-kun, why don't we do Tenko practice match for US representative?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Okay, so what about DDR Dan?
Yep, it sounds good to me too.
Okay, so let's do it. So what's our plan? First, first, I don't know where is the Korak. So Dan, can you grab me the Korak?
I can try. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Tina is on the Discord, so I'll go find the Yukitora on Discord. Discord might be better, easier for you guys to communicate, right?
It's easier for me. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
and yeah, Korak's on the Discord.
Correct, on the Discord. Okay, so we can get him. Yukitora, I'll find the Yukitora. She I know she had a Twitter, but she's kind of quiet. So let me contact with some of the Seattle guys to grab Yukitora into Discord. Then how many on the main games? How many games you guys gonna play?
It's 4 games for each person,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's also an individual event, but I think you have to qualify for it by doing well enough in the team tournament.
And I heard only US has a qualification for IORMC.
Well,
That's not
I think I know Canada does similar qualifiers, and I'm not sure about other countries. But last year, the U.S. and the Canada qualifiers were, I think, at the same time. So we went through a similar qualifier thing.
As I understand it, it just depends on the country, right? So some countries, they don't have that many people, so they might have shorter qualifications, or if they only have like 4 people, that's the whole team. So yeah, for the US and Canada, they had these qualifying like matches, like it looks like they had 5 sessions each. So, or Canada's starting, or just started, but yeah, depended on the country, I believe.
So Dan, from your experience, which country you need to really watch out?
I think like Japan and Korea and China usually do well, and maybe Russia.
Oh, Russia's rising like very quick. Okay, so do you know like by country like kind of style, or it doesn't really matter?
I don't actually know very well. I think in Japan they might have had qualifiers as well, so it's hard to say who's going to be playing just because there's so many people who enter. There's a lot more who enter in Japan, so it becomes kind of hard to say who's going to play or how they're going to play, I think.
So that's not like legendary Koizumi kind of stuff.
Not really.
Okay, so non-Japanese player, they don't do this Rising Sun very often.
No.
Okay. Because that manga is super fun, so.
Yeah.
Okay. So what kind of practice we should try? Because just playing the game is just playing the game, right?
Yeah, I think it also helps to like review your own games and then maybe have someone else review them as well and talk about where they see something different that you might not have seen or things like that.
So and also the opponent's level, we need to get like kind of higher level guys for your practice, right?
Yeah, it's kind of all over. Like
all over.
Some countries have lower level players, and some have like you can have like 2 Dan and 8 Dan players in the same table.
Oh,
just because the skill level can vary pretty widely.
I see. So it's kind of all mixed level. So sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's really hard.
Yeah.
I see. So we can get some of the practice. Whoever they want to join the practice, is it okay for us to announce on the Discord?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's make the plan, and that will be interesting. And I think Nima-kun, can we do the commentary for broadcasting.
Yeah, we should be able to do that.
That will help like everybody, to watching the game and then reviewing the game at the same time. And then maybe after game we could, just connect the voice and then review the game for really quick. And then not only like players join to the game, I think that's gonna be the really good session for everyone. I don't know how. What do you think? We don't get any comment from the YouTube. So let's make a plan. Let's pause on the Discord. Let's see like how the everyone's gonna talk about it. If I think Q might have like very good idea, Daisuke might have a really good idea. So let's ask everybody.
Yeah,
So-
we'll also have to make a tournament lobby to make the rule set the same as the IORMC.
Oh, I see. Nima-kun, have you made a tournament rule? Because I've never done it before.
I have not, but I know how. Like, it's not that hard.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Is the rule a little bit different?
It is different from standard Tenho rules. Yes.
I see.
The rules are on the screen right now.
Oh, okay.
There's no Akadora, which is the main
Okay,
thing.
no Akadora.
Yeah. There's no Tochu Ryukyoku. There's there's Atamahane.
Okay, so it's most likely similar to WRC.
Yes, except
Except.
there is Nagashi Mangan
Oh,
and
oh.
there's no Kiriage Mangan.
Okay.
And it also follows Tenho's like flipping the Kondora rules, which is like immediately for Ankon, but not immediately for Shominkan or Daiminkan.
Mhm. Oh, I see. After you discard.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's no Agariyame or Tenbayame. So that's
so
that's a big
the
thing.
game continue.
Yes.
I see. So it's like more like Kyogi style.
Yeah, it's
Closer.
a lot closer, yes.
I see. But we play mostly like WRC balls nowadays, so no Akadora doesn't make any big difference. We like to make the hands, so that's good. Shisho said he wants to play with the US representative, so he will join as a player.
Oh, that sounds
And
cool.
I will ask Aki too. He doesn't like Tenho though.
Yeah.
Aki is a really good player from the phone, but he doesn't like to play on the online. So he has a online Mahjong hobby. But let's ask him.
Yeah, I don't like online that much either, especially compared to playing with real tiles. But I think it's okay when you're playing with people you know, because part of the thing is playing online with just random people. You have no idea about like anything. Like you don't know how good they might be or like or anything really. So
Oh,
it takes away from like the social aspect of the game.
Nima-kun. And also we interviewed with who was it? Oh, George XGO. He participated like a couple years ago, and the main game? Main game was in a like big time difference.
Yeah. It's like in the middle of the night or like very early in the morning for our time zones in the U.S.
So the time we're gonna play, should we set the like same like early in the morning or in the regular time?
If we're playing early in the morning, I'm not going to be a part of it.
Okay, let's play in the regular time.
We could have different sessions if they want, but I don't think anyone wants to play at 3 in the morning.
Well, let's ask DDR Dan. Maybe he wants to do practice in that time. So
I think maybe just regular time is fine, and then
it's in the regular time.
yeah.
But we're gonna ask Tina and other Korak too. So, but most likely regular time. Prefer in the nighttime better. After work.
Yeah.
Okay, that's something what I can do. So, Coach-kun, you want to join too? Do you play Tenho?
Yeah, but I don't like play Tenho. I just like sometimes play for fun. So I'm
For
like
fun.
QQ.
Oh, okay, so it's
Right
not
now.
that serious.
Yeah, like always I change the account, so it never goes up.
I think that's kind of a big surprise for the American players. That I think because of the Tenho is such a big, they think everyone in Japan they play Tenho, but there's many of them not playing in the Tenho, but they're pretty good.
Yeah, people just like go to Janso or like play with friends. So
So they have like many plays to playing the Mahjong. That's the thing.
yeah.
Yeah, but here in the United States, it's rare playing the live tiles.
Yeah.
You need to have at least 3 friends.
Yeah.
They can play together.
Mhm.
So that's right there. It's kind of difficult to play. Start playing.
Yeah.
Well, okay. So that's that. So let's make some plans. And when should we start doing it? Like timetable.
Well, we'll have to ask everyone and see when they're
Okay.
available, right?
Okay. So first thing, we should contact with everybody. And second, let's take the when and how. And 3, we'll play. That's a plan. Okay, that's good enough for me.
Yeah, it sounds good. Hopefully, we can get it all organized soon, so we can get as much practice in as possible.
I'm super excited. I want to play one game too.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially with the Dan. Dan's very good.
Can we play one game like right after this?
Oh yeah, of course. Nima-kun, do you have time?
I have time if we start like right now.
Oh, okay. So should we cut that show tonight? Is it cover everything?
I think we covered everything. I don't think did either of you have anything you want to talk about, Dan or Kochi?
Not me.
No.
Okay, so I guess that's about it. We're gonna play the game. It's kind of unusual finish, but okay. The last question I have is Kochi-kun and DDR Dan. Are we a Mahjong friend? Are we a Mahjong friend?
Yes. I
Yeah.
think.
Okay, so that's it. Thank you everyone for watching. We're gonna play the game. Or should we live stream the game, Nima? Instead of like reach out tonight? One game?
I don't think I have that much time because then we'll probably end up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Okay, then see you next week.
All right. Thank the both of you for joining us, and thanks everyone for watching. And good night.
Good night.